to work with this lady in another company where her and her husband were the number one money earners in that company. And my God, what a tremendous trainer she is. You're very fortunate. She don't know how to tell you just how to tell you how to get to the money. She knows how to get to the money. I'm telling you, her thing is that she don't want to leave no money on the table. And it is my great delight and pleasure on this great, wonderful Saturday morning to introduce my good friend. She is no doubt one of the people that's leading the charge. Great teams all over the country, and I'm excited to be with those guys doing what we do to make Epic World great in other people's lives. So get ready. I have my good friend, Miss Yolanda Harris. Yolanda, are you on the line?
Yes, sir, I'm on the line. Thank you very much, Bishop, for such a great introduction. I really appreciate that. We definitely appreciate our partnership with you and working with you. We've learned so much working together, and I'm honored to be a part of this company. I have the privilege this morning to just kind of share some information with the team about our outstanding compensation plan. And I also have the privilege to kind of co-host this call with our CEO and founder, Alex Rodriguez. We're going to kind of tag team on some of the information as it relates to the compensation plan, because we really thought it would be a great idea for you guys to hear some of the compensation plan benefits directly from the CEO as well. So without further ado, I want to get started and just kind of jump into this. As Bishop Rose mentioned, I hope you guys have pen and paper out, because we have a lot of tips for you to help you really maximize the compensation plan. You guys know that in this compensation plan, we actually have 8 ways to earn real income. And, you know, what I would advise anyone that if you are a part of this opportunity, one way to be successful with this business opportunity is to understand the compensation plan. You know, one thing that I know, if you are versed on the compensation plan, the best way that you can recruit prospects is by showing them how they can make a return on their investment. You got to be able to explain that to people. And if you're having a hard time recruiting people, it's not because they don't see the value in the deregulation of energy. It may only be because you have not convinced them that they're going to get a return on their investment. So I always share with our team members, if you're great at convincing people that they're not only going to get a return on their investment, but they're going to make some great income, then they will not have a problem joining your team. So you got to make sure you understand the compensation plan. And again, I mentioned we have 8 ways to earn real income with Epic Energy. So you start off with the Fast Start bonus. We're going to really dig into all 8 ways to earn money with this opportunity. So I just want to jump into the achievement rank overview real quickly, because we're really going to give in-depth information around every single advancement rank with Epic Energy. So definitely take notes on this piece. But as you can see, we actually have 8 levels of advancement within the company. And as I mentioned, it's very imperative for you to understand what it takes to get to each level. If you don't understand what it takes to get to the next level, you are working blindly and you're not working with a strategy. You got to have a strategy in order to really maximize this compensation plan. So I know the thing that really helped myself and many of our team members, we pretty much dissected that compensation plan as it relates to what is needed to advance from level to level. So once you pretty much dissect that information, you just start plugging in the number of customers you need as well as the number of IRs that you need. And you work with your team to motivate them to get to their desired level. And keep in mind that you cannot promote without helping your team members promote. That is the beauty of this opportunity. So you got to reach down and help others in order to be successful. The biggest fallacy in this type of business is that most people come in and they only worry about themselves. They worry about, what is in it for me? And they don't really take the time to dig deep and figure out how they can help others in the team. So the purpose of the call this morning is to really show you how when you take the time to pull people up, you will definitely be successful and advance through the leadership ranks with the company. Now, getting started on your EPIQ journey is pretty simple. You start off as an IR. We have another position in the company. We'll talk about that near the end of the call, but we're going to really focus on those folk who start off as independent representatives. When you go out and acquire one customer point, you move up from an independent representative to a qualified representative. And when you go out and acquire 5 customer points, you then promote to an energy trainer. Guys, energy trainer is the root of our business. Your goal in this company is to promote to an energy trainer and above, but you got to make sure everybody you bring on board at the very least, promotes to an energy trainer. The person who has the most energy trainers in their organization will win. That's basically the way to kind of dissect this business. If you are bringing on new reps and you're not helping them promote to energy trainer, you're not going to make any money. And let me explain to you what that means. When an energy trainer is promoted in this company, it triggers a whole lot of money. So let's talk about what happens when someone promotes to an energy trainer. Once an IR acquires those 5 customer points within 30 days, so keep in mind that it has to happen within the first 30 days of their enrollment, it will trigger the following commission. It will trigger the $100 fast start bonus to the rep themselves. So the person who actually promotes to ET will receive the $100 bonus. It will also trigger a $100 mentor bonus to the direct upline. So whomever pretty much personally sponsored the energy trainer will receive a $100 bonus as long as that person promotes to ET within the first 30 days. It will also trigger $180 in coded customer acquisition bonus to the upline EC, CEC, MEC, and EEC. So we're looking at about $380 that's paid out to the field when somebody promotes to energy trainer. So it's very key to definitely help people promote to that level, and the company's going to pretty much funnel that money back out to the field for developing energy trainers. Now, the next level is a senior energy trainer. We're going to break down some promotion dollars that are associated with the senior energy trainer here in a second, but let's dissect what it takes to become a senior energy trainer. We always refer to this title as a set. Now, when your goal is as a senior energy trainer is to acquire 10 personal customer points and to also help 3 people promote to energy trainer. So again, you need a total of 3 energy trainers, 1 energy trainer, and 3 separate legs. Now keep in mind that the energy trainer does not have to be personally sponsored. So as long as you have an energy trainer somewhere in that leg, that will help you promote to senior energy trainer. And keep in mind, you also have to have a total of 25 team customer points throughout your organization to actually promote to a senior energy trainer. Now, as you kind of think about what are other ways to promote to a senior energy trainer, we have an example here where a rep has a total of 3 energy trainers, and each energy trainer exists in 3 separate legs. Also, in this example, Amanda, she's going to earn the $100 mentor bonus for Jessica, since Amanda is the upline personal sponsor to Jessica. So again, this is the advantage, one of the advantages for promoting to senior energy trainer. You will earn a $100 mentor bonus for anyone who promotes to energy trainer. And also in this example, we have John here, if you guys are following along with us on the slide. He got his 5 accepted customer points in his first 30 days, which triggered a $100 fast start bonus for him and a $100 mentor bonus for Mike. Okay, so if you're looking at the graph, Mike personally sponsored John. That's why he earned the $100 mentor bonus, okay? And basically, Amanda, she's not going to earn that $100 mentor bonus because Mike is the one who actually personally sponsored John. So this is very key that you understand how this works, so you can not only earn money, but you can explain to your prospects and your potential team members how they're going to be paid when they bring on IRs and help them promote the energy trainer. Now, I want to just kind of allow Mr. Rodriguez, are you out there?
Hi, Yolanda. Yes, I am. How are you?
I'm doing great this morning, sir. Thank you for joining us and helping us out with really breaking down the compensation plan to the team. As I mentioned, everyone, Alex Rodriguez, he's our CEO and founder of EPIQ Energy, and he is the one who put his hands on this compensation plan, and his goal was to pretty much design a plan that pretty much outweighed anything out there in the industry. So we all are honored to have you here this morning so everyone can hear direct from you just some of the components of the compensation plan. And I thought it would be a good idea if you really took the time to break down the senior energy trainer promotion for April and really kind of push everyone to understand what we have left as it relates to the rest of the month, sir. So I'm going to turn over the next couple of slides to you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Yolanda. And I want to apologize for everyone. My voice is beginning to go. I've been doing a lot of calls and training this week. But Yolanda, it's just such a pleasure to hear you. I'm sitting here just taking notes. And you know, one of the things I always say is you can't give what you don't have. And team and family, for everyone that's on the phone, I got to tell you, Kevin and Yolanda Harris definitely know what they're talking about. And you know, the proof is there. But, Yolanda, I do want to apologize because I don't have, for some reason, the battery went out on my mouse and I got stuck on a certain screen, so I'm not able to follow along. But I think I know where we are with respect to the set and the superset. And one of the things that I want everybody to know and understand on this call, there may have been a little bit of misunderstanding around the promotion for April. Folks, the promotion for April, which is the additional or the ability to earn $1,000 or the ability to earn $2,000, essentially that's a promotion. It's a $600 promotion that we're adding to the comp plan for a set, or it's a $1,600 promotion that we're adding to the comp plan for a superset. Folks, if your clock has expired, that is okay. You can still earn those additional monies. The promotion is for anybody that promotes to a senior energy trainer during the month of April. So I know we had a lot of clocks expiring this week. That doesn't mean that you can no longer qualify or earn these additional dollars. So I want to make sure that everybody understands the promotion, the extra promo dollars is for everyone that promotes during the month of April. So it really doesn't have much to do with your clock as much as it has to do with your ability to promote by midnight at the end of April. Yolanda, what slide are we on at this point in time? I'm assuming we're on the slide with Mark, Jim, and Mary?
Yes.
Okay, good. So I hope that that's clear to everyone. One of the things that I want to make clear and talk about here is just the relevance of this specific slide and the promo, the reason that we do the promo. And I always think it's imperative that you understand the spirit of something. You've heard me say that in the past. Folks, the reason that this is important, and the reason that it's important for you to make this a part of your story is because this is a phenomenal opportunity for somebody to, what I call, eat now. Everybody knows that energy is one of the perfect opportunities, if not the most perfect opportunity, to be able to build and earn real passive residual income. A lot of people don't have the ability to wait for that passive income to build up. So what these promos do, such as the $1,000 and the $2,000 promo, and even the Fast Start bonus and the Mentor bonus, that allows someone to eat now while they're on the road to building the dream of passive residual income. And I think when you begin to understand that, it takes both types of income to make it happen. So these promotions that we do are designed to help you build your business so that someone can actually go to work and see the fruit of their labor immediately. You know, if you can see the fruit of your labor in the first 30, 45 days, that's a great way to start your business. So I hope that everybody understands the value of it. I hope that you're doing it, and that way you can teach other people to do it. Yolanda, I'm going to turn it over back to you unless you've got anything else that you want me to add at this point in time.
No, sir. No, sir. Thank you very much for adding that information about the promo explanation for April. We really appreciate it, Alex.
Thank you. My pleasure.
So, no problem. And basically, the slide that we have on the screen now just kind of really just illustrates what is on the table when you are explaining the promotion to a set. It really shows how many customers you have to acquire and how many customers your energy trainers have to acquire in order to qualify for that first bonus. And if you really want to be a go-getter, the super set is where you actually trigger the $2,000 bonus when you go out and get 20 customer points and help your energy trainers acquire 10 customer points each. You know, so get that done in 30 days, and that money's on the table. And as Mr. Rodriguez pointed out, it will allow you to eat now. So there's money in your hand right away when you get that done within your first 30 days. Now, one of the most commonly asked questions from representatives who join the business, they see the value of the set bonus and the super set bonus. But many people want to know, how do I make money after I set? What's in the compensation plan that will allow me to earn money after I promote to set or after I superset? And this is where I think the rubber meets the road as it relates to leadership, because you cannot stop building your business when you promote to set or superset. You have to be a visionary, and you have to think about, what is it going to take for me to promote to energy consultant? And on my way to energy consultant, how am I going to trigger money? But I also have to map out, what do I need to put in place to promote to an energy consultant? And at the same time, I have to help my people and motivate my team. This is where leadership kicks in. You got people who will come into business who may get to set, but only the visionaries and the leaders are going to really take it to the next level. So let me explain to you what that means. You have to continue to personally sponsor IR, okay? That is how you're going to earn money after you set. Every time you personally sponsor an IR, you got to help that IR promote to an energy trainer. When you do that, you will be paid a $100 mentor bonus. So, you know, after I promoted to set or super set, you know, we basically continue to personally sponsor associates. And let's just say we personally sponsored about 6 new associates. We work with each one of those associates to get their 5 customer points, and we earned $600 because that was $100 per energy trainer. Okay, so that was some money, some weekly money in our pockets. And at the same time, we were helping those folks who were promoting to energy trainer. We were also encouraging them to promote to set, because we knew how many sets we needed in our business to promote to an energy consultant. Now, another way that you can trigger dollars on your way to energy consultant is to broker commercial deals and earn that 40% sales volume bonus in the preferred state. You know, so look at the compensation plan. Figure out which markets are in the preferred area. If you need money on a weekly basis or a monthly basis, map out your business, understand your business, and start writing out a contact list of those particular prospects that can help you trigger money on your way to energy consultant. So, for instance,
Yolanda,
you know, yes, sir?
Yolanda, I'm sorry. Can I just chime in one quick thing on that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. I wanted to add one quick thing for what Yolanda was saying there. The other way to trigger money is that upfront component on the commercial. Folks, you got to understand something, because there's two kinds of people on the line right now. Those of you that are, and there might be 3. There might be some of you that joined EPIQ just for commercial. There might be some of you that joined EPIQ and you want nothing to do with commercial. And then there might be some of you in the middle that like both aspects. But here's why this is so powerful for all 3 of you. It doesn't matter what bucket you're in. This component of our comp plan has not been done. Nobody else has this. And you may be in the bucket, well, I really don't want to mess with that commercial. It's too confusing, or it's not in my skill set. The beauty of the upfront money on preferred commercial is that it's also coded. And we're going to talk more about that in a bit. But what does that mean to you? That means that when you're an energy consultant and above, you might have someone that is 10, 20 levels beneath you that is a commercial rock star. And guess what that's going to do for you? It's going to trigger upfront money into the upline. So no matter which bucket you fall into, you may never do commercial. That's fine. But this is a powerful, one of the most powerful tools that you're going to have in your arsenal. And again, it's going to create that upfront money. We've seen people already create, four-figure checks just from the upfront money on one commercial deal. Thank you, Yolanda. Sorry about that. I'm passing it back. Thank you.
Oh, no, I'm glad you added that point, because that is just one of the things, your passion around that, the fact that we are the only company that offers this component is really what got us excited about the opportunity. So I love it when you, chime in and share that with the team. So thank you for that. And, as Mr. Rodriguez mentioned, the commercial deals, that is a phenomenal part of our compensation plan, and it really helps you earn money, after you set, while you're setting, and even, after you promote to the leadership ranks. So another way you can just pretty much trigger money, or just how to be a visionary on how to earn money, keep in mind that as you build your team, you got to help your IRs in levels 1 through 7 acquire customers so you can build your residual income. So on your way to EC, you got a team of people. You don't just assume, okay, because I've earned the mentor bonus, I'm not going to earn anything off of those folks because they're not in my EC business. That is a big mistake, big mistake. We've worked in energy for years, and I think that is a very understated and very sad part of this business, that people miss the boat because we had a team in another life, and they really didn't understand codes, and they may have had a runaway leg in their first leg of business, and once the residual income kicked in, they were blown away. They did not realize how much money was on the table from that first leg of business. So don't be naive about that. Continue to help those folks, because you are going to be eligible for residual income on levels 1 through 7 as you promote through the leadership ranks with the company. So continue to help them build for that long-term income, and it will also require you to just not think about short-term income. Again, you got to be a visionary and think about the future. So you want to help those people acquire customers so you can build that long-term income. Again, we will talk about how you map out your advancement to EC, but you got to be sure to map that out and plug in leaders so you can pretty much successfully go towards that level of EC. Now, once you promote to the level of EC, you are now eligible for those weekly CAB bonuses, and we're really going to take some time to explain to you how that works. So, after you promote to EC and you get to that level, let's talk about before we talk about after you get there, let's talk about what it takes to become an EC, because we have a lot of new people on the line who may really not understand what it takes to promote to an EC. Well, in order to get there, you have to have 20 customer points, personal customer points, and you have to have a minimum of 5 separate legs with at least one QR in each of the 5 legs. So you got to make sure you have those 5 separate legs as a potential energy consultant. You must have a total of 3 sets or senior energy trainers, and at least 2 of the sets must be in 2 separate legs of your business, okay? And the 3rd set can be anywhere else. Now, none of these sets need to be personally sponsored to you. They don't have to be, so they can be in the leg that helps you qualify. And I want to point out, for those of you who may not be familiar with organization charts, what you got to keep in mind is that you have to have 5 people that you personally bring to the table in order to be an energy consultant. You got to have 3 people that have gone out and acquired 3 energy trainers, and they also have met the requirements of that senior energy trainer, and 2 of them have to be in separate legs, And again, that third senior energy trainer can be anywhere in your organization. So that's how you actually build your business towards that energy consultant level. But also keep in mind that you have to have 100 team customer points. So you got to make sure you get all of that done, and once you do, you will become an energy consultant. Now, only after the fifth leg of QRs and 3 sets are established and 20 personal customer points and the 100 team customer points, this rep will then be considered an energy consultant and begin earning the EC code on the next new leg. So this is very important because the 6th person, let's just say if you were just to stick to the basic path to EC and you personally sponsor 5 people, keep in mind that maybe the 6th person that you put in after you promote to energy consultant, that leg of business and everything that comes in with that organization will fall into your energy consultant code. So if you're following along with us on the slide, we have an example of how that works. So again, we point out what it takes to become an EC, but keep in mind that the rep will start earning that EC code only on the new legs after they receive the EC rank. So for everyone else in the gray area of this chart, he or she will receive residual on that organization and will count towards his future qualifications to promote throughout the ranks. But the code will flow to his upline. And coded commissions begin once they achieve EC rank and start a new leg. Now keep in mind that everybody that's in gray in this business, you will receive residual income, but we also made a very important statement that you got to make sure you understand. Anybody in this gray area, as they promote through the leadership ranks, they will also count towards your advancement. Now, that's key because there are some other companies out there within our industry where that is not the case. So, for instance, let's just say we got another company out there. I'm not going to name the company, but in order for you to promote in that company, you basically have to start and develop new leadership in each code of your business. But with EPIQ, let's just say this first set in this gray area, this person promotes to an energy consultant. Well, that energy consultant can count towards your qualifications for CEC. If this person in this gray area promotes to CEC, that CEC can count towards your qualification for MEC. So what I love about this is that we have a concept of leave no leader behind. You can work with the first people you put in and help them promote all the way to MEC, and that will help you promote all the way to EEC. So that is very, very important, and that is one thing that really helps us stand out above the rest. So we have several examples of how an energy consultant works and how you're paid, but I think and hope that you understand or you got the gist of how the coding works and how you can pretty much take advantage of this piece. So we're going to move on to what does it take to promote to a certified energy consultant. Well, in order to promote to a certified energy consultant, you again have to have 20 personal customer points. And you have to have basically 6 eligible QRs with 1 QR in each of the 6 separate legs. You must also have a total of 4 eligible ECs and 1 EC in 4 separate legs. Now, you don't have to personally sponsor these ECs, but they just have to be in separate legs. You must have a team of about 500 customer points, and none of these ECs, as I mentioned, have to be personally sponsored. So, again, this is how you map out your path to certified energy consultant. I think we will probably see about 6 or 7 people promote to this rank in the month of May. So we got leaders who are now energy consultants who are working with their team to help many of their team members promote to energy consultant so they can pretty much see their path to certified energy consultant. Now, keep in mind that after you promote to senior energy consultant, pretty much you're going to also now build out to your senior energy consultant code. So the next person that you enroll after you promote to CEC, this person and their entire organization will fall into your CEC code. So again, this is a great explanation of how the code works and how you advance your business so you can qualify for more weekly income. Managing energy consultant. This is the next level of advancement of in our company after CEC. And in order to become a managing energy consultant, you must have a minimum of 8 eligible QRs with 1 QR in each of the 8 separate legs. You must also have a total of 5 eligible CECs with 1 CEC and 5 separate legs. You must also have a 2,000 team customer points, and none of the CECs have to be personally sponsored. Okay, so that's very, very key. You don't have to personally sponsor, so you may have a leg where you personally sponsor someone who may have only promoted to a senior energy trainer, but they have a rock star in their organization who promoted to CEC. That person can count towards your advancement of MEC. Now, only after the 8 qualified representative legs and the 5 CEC legs are established, along with 20 personal customer points and a 2,000 team customer points, then this rep will then be considered an MEC and begin earning MEC code on the next new leg. So again, this is how you build your business so you can then move into your MEC coded organization. And then finally, the top position in our company is an executive energy consultant, EEC. And in order to be an EEC, you must have a minimum total of 10 eligible QRs with 1 QR in each of the 10 separate legs. You must have a total of 10 eligible MECs and 1 MEC in 8 separate legs. 2 of the MECs can exist anywhere in your organization. You must also have 2,000 I think there's a little bit more, 15,000 team customer points. We will get that corrected on the slide. And none of these MECs need to be personally sponsored. Now, only after the 10 QR legs have been developed, so to speak, in your organization, you will then, and you meet all of the other qualifications, you will then move on to that EEC code of your business with the next enrollment after your title changes to EEC. So this is very, very important as you build your business with the company. Now, we pretty much mapped out what you need to do to promote successfully through these leadership ranks. Now let's talk about the rewards as it relates to promoting to these ranks. We talked about code, and I know many of you, this may be new or you may just be finally grasping this information. But let us show you what is on the table. Mr. Rodriguez, did you want to cover this piece of the code?
Yeah, Ms. Harris, you've done a phenomenal job. I just want to say one thing here, and then I'm going to pass it back to you on the customer acquisition bonus money. I like what you said at the very, very beginning. You said that the foundation of the business is to create energy trainers and to do it in 30 days. And this slide right here conveys why that's important. And Yolanda, I think, you know, you own this comp plan. You're living it out from morning to night, and you're living proof that it's doing what it's supposed to do and create the wealth and the income that it's creating out there. So I just want to say that one thing, that the focus or the foundation is to create ETs. The reason that that's the focus is because these are the dollars that you're seeing on the screen, team. These are the dollars that are triggered up into the upline. So when you hit EC or CEC in those ranks and above, we consider those to be leadership ranks. So if you're sitting there saying, well, why should I, you know, what about life after SET? Folks, forget about life after SET. You're trying to get your code. That is where the income, the multiplication factor begins to work for you in a powerful, powerful, powerful manner. So that's where the sense of urgency should come in. That's where you should, as soon as you get in this business, you're trying to do everything that you need to do to hit this first code. And that's all that I wanted to say, Yolanda. That was such a powerful point that you made. I wanted to just say it again. That is the foundational piece. And if people understand that, all of these great things to the comp plan, and yeah, we're going to add a bonus pool and car program, all those things are easy. But if you understand the foundation, I think that's the most powerful thing one of the most powerful things you said today. So I'm going to turn it back to you, and that's the only thing I want to say about this slide.
Okay, well, thank you, sir. And I want to also just kind of break down the dollars associated with each of the codes so you can understand, as Mr. Rodriguez pointed out, once you develop energy trainers, it triggers so many dollars into the plan. And I love the fact that Epic Energy, you know, they're not trying to hold on to our investments. They're trying to disperse those investments right back out to us by doing some simple activity. And that simple activity is just to develop an energy trainer. When you do that, those funds flow right back into the field. So I want to show you how that works. When you become or move up into your energy consultant code, for every energy trainer that's developed in your EC code, you are paid a $40 override. When you promote to CEC, and it's very key that you kind of add these up because for those of you who are really understanding code, we really don't want to confuse you, but I want to point out that when somebody hits that CEC level, everybody in their organization who becomes an energy trainer, they are paid the $70 override plus the $40 override until one of those energy trainers promotes to an energy consultant. And that energy consultant then begins to earn that $40 override on everybody in their energy consultant code. So that CEC will still earn $70 on that EC's business until they promote to CEC. When you become an MEC, for everybody, once you become a new MEC and you bring people into your business, for everybody that promotes to energy trainer, you're going to earn that $40 plus the $70 plus the $40 coded bonus in the EC level. And as those ETs promote to as those energy trainers promote to energy consultant, they will begin to earn the $40, but only on their new energy consultant team. Think about all of the team members that they brought to the table in order to promote to energy consultant. Your job as the MEC is to continue to work with those team members that new energy consultant brought to the table and help them become energy trainers so you can continue to trigger so many dollars that's on the table. So you don't have to worry about somebody coding you out. I really get so frustrated because I'm so passionate about this compensation plan. It just really frustrates me when a leader says they're worried about somebody coding them out. I never worry about somebody coding me out because what I love about somebody who actually promotes to a coded level is that they had to bring so many people to the table before they even got to the code. So my job is not to be sad that they promoted to the coded level, but to work with all of the leaders that they brought to the table that helps them promote to that new coded title because I can earn the full code on the team that they brought to the table. So definitely start to think on another mindset. Don't look at this as a takeaway. This is definitely not a takeaway. This is a way for leaders to be truly rewarded for leading their organization. So as an EEC, when you promote to that level, the first person that you enroll after you promote to an EEC, you're going to earn the $30 plus the $40 plus the $70 plus the $40, which is a total of $180. And as you are building in that EEC code, when somebody promotes to EC, they will take the $40 for everybody that they bring into their EEC code. But they've left you about 14 to 20 IRs who basically help them promote to EC, and you need to work with those 14 to 20 people to help them promote to EC. So again, that is the beauty of a coded business, and really you got to start thinking about how to get to this level so you can benefit from it and how to really maximize it once you get to these different levels in the company. So definitely take the time to understand how that works, because not only does that code apply to energy trainers? It also applies to the commercial side of the business. So you, as you build your commercial business, you have a chance to take advantage of those coded dollars as well. And we call it the commercial energy bounty. But when you, basically everybody's seen the presentation and you know how it works, but this is an advanced training, so I'm not going to go through every single piece here, but I am going to point out that as a new IR, when you bring new reps to the table and they're going out and acquiring those commercial energy customers, they are eligible for 40% of the sales volume. And also, as you promote through the leadership ranks, you can increase how much money you earn on a commercial account. I got a call from Dan Johnson yesterday. He's a new energy consultant. He was so excited, and he has this nickname for me that I think is so funny. But he called me, and he said, Yolanda, he called me by my nickname, and he said, I want to understand what this means. I just promoted to EC. So you're telling me the next commercial account that I bring to the table, I've given myself a raise. Instead of me being paid 40% of the sales volume, I'm now going to get 45% of the sales volume because I'm an energy consultant. And I informed him that, yes, the next commercial deal that you put into the system, you've now given yourself a raise. So every time you promote, you're going to give yourself a raise as far as how much money you earn on that commercial bounty if you are closing deals in those preferred states. So he was so excited about that. And I think that is someone who looks at the glass half full. He's excited and he's trying to build his business so he can increase the amount of money he earns on that bounty. So very key, and I'm excited for those folks who are seeing an increase in their potential bonuses. So the residual income, and basically how the residual income works, we are paid anywhere between 8% to 17% on level 0 through 7. And I think this is the piece that is very critical for you to understand. You don't have to have the exact formula in order to understand the comp plan. You don't have to have the exact dollar amount in order to close the deal with prospects. When you're sitting down with a prospect, what I do when I'm explaining this presentation to people that I'm bringing on board, I let them know you too can get a piece of the pie as it relates to energy. We are paid anywhere between 8% to 17% on the deals that we bring to the table and the deals that our sales team brings to the table. And for my own personal deals, I get 15% of the pie. That's all I say about the residual. I may show a few examples, but people are excited to be able to know that they can earn a percent of what is paid monthly for energy as for commercial as well as residential customers, so to speak. So this is very
Yolanda,
key. Yes, sir.
Hey, this is Alex. I just want to say one quick thing here. Is that okay?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I think you're hitting on a very important topic, and the topic is sales volume. A lot of people say, well, what is the sales volume? What is the sales volume? Folks, it's very, very simple. The sales volume is usage-based, and that's why we're giving you examples here. On the commercial side, we gave you an example of 2 restaurants and how much money can be paid. And if you noticed on that commercial side, there was upfront money, which is paid in the form of a code. And in addition to that, there was also residual money. So imagine that on one commercial deal, it's going to create upfront money as well as residual for the life of that customer. And then on the residual slide here, if you look at the example, we're saying, hey, a family of 4 owns a 2,200 square foot home. They're going to use on average about 2,500 kilowatt hours a month. What we've done is we've taken that usage and shown you basically that customer is going to create sales volume of $15 a month, and we've broken down that $15 over all of those levels there. And there's 2 things that are important there, because if you start comparing this on an apples-to-apples basis to other deals out there, folks, there's other deals out there where you get 25 cents or 50 cents or $1. It doesn't matter if it's a 1-bedroom apartment or if it's a 10,000 square foot home. We're showing you an example here just on a regular home, family of 4, $15 is going to be the approximate monthly payout. That means that in the summertime, it could be as high as $20, $25 of sales volume. In the springtime, it could be as low as $8 or $9. But here's the bottom line: is this plan is designed to treat you like a partner. That means the more that the customer uses, the more you're going to get. Thank you, Yolanda.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Alex. That's great. And that is very key to the business. And we have other components, as Mr. Rodriguez laid out earlier, the Century Club bonus. You know, that's an opportunity for those of you who are great at acquiring customer points. Once you hit that 100 customer point level, you become a Century Club member, and you are able to participate in pool shares as it relates to customers or profits around customers for the month. So that is a great level to achieve, as well as we have the EEC customer pool, the energy consultant, or the executive energy consultant customer pool, rather. And basically, this is a customer pool for executive energy consultants, and it's a year-end bonus, and it's basically a percentage of all of the preferred customers, so to speak, that have been generated in the company. You have a chance to basically participate in those pool shares, and that is huge. So you definitely want to strive to achieve that level so you can participate in that profit sharing opportunity. Now, everybody on the line, you've seen the presentation because this is a training, but this is the slide that can really change your business. As you are closing deals with your prospects, we have 2 enrollment opportunities on the table. We got that marketing associate level, and we also have that qualified representative level. I can honestly say that we've never enrolled anyone at that marketing associate level. The reason why is because we do a great job explaining to them the benefits of becoming a qualified representative. You know, most people who come on board, they are in it to make money. So you got to be able to show them the value proposition of coming in as a qualified representative. Now, I would never make anyone feel badly about wanting to come in as an MA, but I really want to explain to them that look at all of this opportunity that you have on the table when you enroll as a QR. You want to be able to participate in those fast start bonuses. And I go through all of the compensation pieces that we have on the table, and I explain to them how valuable it is to come in at that level so they can tap in on all of these compensation pieces. So this is very critical as you build your business. You definitely want to show the value. And now if you're struggling with getting qualified representatives, again, sharpen your tools as it relates to being excited about the comp plan. Are you excited about the compensation plan, or do you have doubts because you don't understand it? All of that can be felt in your presentation. I know you guys, you hear me talking about the comp plan, I get so excited because I love the compensation plan. You hear Mr. Rodriguez, his excitement, that he can't sometimes contain himself. He's so excited. People see that when you're presenting the plan. And I guarantee you, if you have that excitement and you have that posture, you're going to have many people who are going to want to come on board as a qualified representative on your team. But if you're unsure, you're not excited about this opportunity, you're going to struggle to get representatives because you lack the passion to build a team. So be passionate about your business and be excited, but don't oversell it. The truth is good enough. You don't have to come up with crazy numbers. You don't have to lie about how much you're making. Just be honest with people. Let them know you're new to the business and you're going to really maximize this comp plan, and you're going to work with them along the way to help them maximize the comp plan. And people will feel more comfortable with that kind of verbiage and will definitely join your team. If you are recruiting people and telling them you're making $20,000 a month and we've only been in business for 2 months, you're going to sound crazy and people are not going to partner up with you. So just be honest, be excited, be enthusiastic, and just do the right thing when you are closing the opportunity with your team. Now, we are now going to transition real quickly, for time's sake, how to audit your business. Because, as I mentioned, it's very critical to really develop those energy trainers in your organization. And it's one thing to say it, but I'm going to really show you what we do to manage our business on a daily basis to make sure that people are promoting to that energy trainer level. So one of the first bullet points you'll see here is basically, are you making sure that every IR in your business is promoting to energy trainer? That's critical. And I'm going to show you how you can monitor that in your organization. How many sets are you developing in your business? And how many supersets are you developing in your business? These are the things that we monitor on a daily basis in our business, because we know that sets equal energy consultants. You know, and our goal is to develop, we're really striving at least by the end of July to have at least 25 to 30 energy consultants in our organization by the beginning of July. And the only way we can do that is to help people promote to set and energy trainers. We cannot skip levels. So you got to start at the bottom position and help those people promote in order to reach those type of goals. So I'm going to switch screens and kind of show you some of the things that we do. 1 second. I'm going to log into a back office. And I'm going to give you an example of how to monitor this type of information in your organization. You want to go to genealogy. You want to go click on rep and customer listing. Okay? And in this report, it's I love it because you can filter so much information. So if I want to know how many energy trainers I have on the team, I can, and I'm using one of the leaders' back office here, but I want to go to the title or the column entitled Achieve Rank and click on the drop down, and I'm going to click on Energy Trainer. This person has developed 26 energy trainers in his organization, okay? So what he does, and I sit down with this leader on a daily basis, we are now going through this report and seeing how many of these energy trainers we can help promote to senior energy trainer. And we, identify those people and we start to work with them for the week. Now, what if I want to see the number of people who have not promoted to energy trainer? You want to go back to genealogy, click on rep and customer listing, go over to achieve rank, and let's just click on the title above energy trainer, qualified representative, or maybe we can just go to IR. IR didn't work, so let's go to qualified representative. Okay, this is the report that he runs, and out of all the people, and this leader has a lot of people on his team, he has 11 people who have not promoted to energy trainer. And I think when we looked at this earlier this week, he may have had 20. But we print this report, and he literally goes through and calls these people to see how close they are to promoting to energy trainer. Now, let's just say he calls Mr. Elliott Johnson, and Elliott says, the system is showing that I have 2 customer points, Brian, but I've keyed in some customers. So Brian may say, okay, well, let's just see what's going on with your customers so we can maybe understand why they have not moved up to accepted status and why haven't you promoted. So what Brian needs to do is pretty much get Elliott's ID number. Elliott's ID number is right here. So I will write down that ID number 10050, go back to genealogy, click on rep and customer listings again to kind of reset my report. Under enroller ID, I want to look at all of the customers that Elliott has put into the system. So I'm going to enter his ID number, 10050. Hit enter. I now have a report of all the customers that he's entered into the system. Now I'm looking at the status of these customers, and I see many of his customers are showing rejected. So we got to find out, why are Elliott's customers rejected? Is it because Elliott is keying in customers and maybe he is making a mistake as it relates to the account number, the ComEd account number? What is he doing incorrectly that basically shows, that's basically making all of his customers come up as a rejected status. So as a leader, it's our job to kind of dig into this for this associate or IR and help him get these issues resolved. It may be training, it may be some glitches, it may be something going on here, but we got to get to the bottom of this so Elliot won't be discouraged and so he can become an energy trainer. That is what we have to work on for this particular rep. And this is what we do on a daily basis. In the morning, we start this report. We partner up with rep support. They've been awesome with helping us find issues, resolve issues, and we go through this on a daily basis to make sure that customers, or IRs rather, are promoting to energy trainers and above. So it's very key as you build your business to understand how to audit your organization. Other things that you can do to audit your organization, I would basically go to genealogy and indented report just to kind of take a glance of what's going on in my business. I love this report under genealogy and genealogy indented list mode, and I come here to click on this question mark because I want to add another field to my report. So you see this CP field stands for customer points. I take that CP field and drag it up to the top of my report, and now I can see the amount of customer points that each of the leaders have in this particular organization. So what I'm looking for in this report, I'm looking to see how, if this guy is close to superset, is he close to maybe just promoting to senior energy trainer? And I'm just basically scrolling through this report, and my job is to help these people get 5 to 20 customer points. So, again, this is very key in auditing what's going on with your business. So, let's get back to the slides and kind of wrap up our training here. But we kind of touched on some of this as we went through the report, and I'll show you in the previous slides, but it's very important to keep an eye on customers that are stuck in submitted status too long. That is what I just showed you as far as auditing your report. If you see that a customer is in submitted status, they've been in there longer than 10 days, you definitely want to get rep support involved and kind of start figuring out what's going on with those customers. If you see customers that are rejected, don't accept that. Call rep support and find out how you can correct this issue. There may have been, maybe the customer's name was spelled improperly. Maybe you put a customer's name who wasn't listed on the bill, or you put in the wrong account number. Just make sure you find out why the customer was rejected and get it corrected. And again, work with your new IRs to help them stay on track. If you come to the table and all you are concerned about is your set and you don't dig into your organization and help everybody on your team, people will smell that a mile away. It will not it will not pretty much illustrate you or put you up front as a leader if you're not reaching out to your team members and helping them advance to the next level. So that is very important as it relates to the responsibilities of a leader. Now, other responsibilities of a leader is you got to manage your business and motivate your team members to their potential. That piece that I mentioned as far as to their potential is very critical, because not everybody that you enroll wants to do the work to be an EEC. They may want to do enough work to promote to a senior energy trainer, and I'm always honest with people. I find out what their potential is, and I push them to that level, and then I pretty much leave it up to them to take their business to the next level. So know the limits of an IR, and don't push people too hard, but if you find a true leader, offer them the support that they need to be successful. Again, very important to learn the compensation plan and show your team members how to maximize it. And also, it's very critical as a leader to attend weekly meetings in your area and bring new prospects to the meeting. We are too new not to have rooms packed out at events. So you definitely want to bring on prospects to meetings and pack out those opportunity meetings and be supportive to attend those different meetings. And lastly, the responsibilities of a leader: map out your promotion plan and help other leaders map out their plan. I know one thing that we do, we go through that back office, and if we see somebody that's close to promoting to a senior energy trainer, we'll shoot them an email and give them a checklist of what else they need in order to complete that set. If we see somebody that's close to promoting to energy consultant, we will map out what they need. If it shows that they need 2 more QRs and 1 more set, we map that out and email it to them so they can see what is their path to advancement. So want to encourage you, if you are, especially if you are an energy consultant or above, to definitely sit down and map out that promotion plan for your leaders. So we're wrapping up here. Just want to point out that we have our first Super Saturday event that will be in Chicago on May 18th. Guys, if you are in the Chicago area, definitely plan on attending this event. We've gotten emails, text messages, and calls from people that are coming as far as Houston, Texas to this event. It's not required, but we would love to see you there if you decide to come out to this event. So you want to make sure you get registered, because there will be a great recognition event at this particular Super Saturday. I want to just kind of point out that the Super Saturday event, there will be a presentation at 10 a.m. Then we're going to have recognition for people who have promoted to SET, Super SET, energy consultants, and so much more. So you definitely want to get registered for this event so we can know that you're going to be in the house, so your name can be on the recognition roster. So as a leader, ask yourself, have I registered for this event? You got to get registered if you want to get recognized at this event. Not only, have you registered, but guys, what's very important, and the thing that I see that a lot of people struggle with as a leader, they may get themselves registered, but they may not even think about, oh my God, I have a team of 20 people and I've not even called them to make sure they're registered. Have you encouraged your team members to register? Remember, guys, the minute you bring on a personally sponsored QR, IR, whatever you want to call it, you are now a leader. That person is looking to you for guidance. So you now have the responsibility not only for yourself, but for your team member as well. So pick up the phone, call them, and encourage them to register. And for those of you who promote to the elite status of energy consultant and above, you will be invited to the leadership dinner with our CEO, Alex Rodriguez, and Johnny Webb. He's the Vice President of Sales and Marketing. He's coming as well. I'm not sure if there are any other senior leadership members of EPIQ that are coming to Chicago, but this will be a chance to mix and mingle with those guys, ask questions, talk about strategy. They're going to take time out of their schedule to meet with us on that Friday night if you are an EC or above, and they will also be at the Super Saturday helping and breaking down some training on a senior leadership level. So I am excited and cannot wait to this event, because it is going to basically set the stage for so many more events in the opportunity. So guys, I know this call went over, but I really hope it was worth it to really help really break down the compensation plan for you guys, so you can really use this as a tool to really take your business to the next level. I want to thank Mr. Rodriguez. I don't think he's going to join us or help close out, but thank you so much, sir, for joining us today and taking time out of your schedule to share your passion around this compensation plan. We think it's great. We thank you so much for pretty much approving such a wonderful compensation plan, because we know it's going to create so many high-income earners for the year of 2013. Guys, thank you for joining us, and have a great weekend.
What an incredible